Do it.
I'm so not ready for this. Like, there's happiness in the background, and I don't even have my vape thing. So,
You look like a ray of light this morning, Jimmy. So
right?
it's a good thing you were late, because I got here in my my shed, and I sat down and I turned the lights on, and then I realized I heard some buzzing, and I looked up and there was like a termite infestation. They were all attaching to the lights. But I have one of those like blue lights that has the electric whatever, one of those things. And so I shut off all the lights and turned that on and killed about 100 mosquitoes. So I think I've got most of them. Yeah. So what's up, Jimmy? Jimmy, that is going to drive me insane.
Right? I think she's almost done. She's going to have a nap.
Okay. Everyone sing along now.
Right? That's my favorite. There we go. I did. So
go ahead.
My favorite. It's my wife walking, and she's really not that big. This mic is hypersensitive. It's crazy. So that's my favorite permaculture thing of all time. Is that little bug zapper. I knew a guy who strung a bunch of them over the pond, and took the bottom plate off of it. And so at nighttime, all the bugs would come. They would get zapped. They would drop into the water, and the fish would eat the bugs, right? And like, I was just like, that's really smart.
Should we see how many we caught? How many I caught?
Sure, go for it.
Let me grab it. Let me grab it.
And let's rename the stream "Dead Bugs in the Shed." I mean, that's pretty good one.
Here it is. I got it just the other day. I don't know if you probably can't see, but there's some bugs caked on there. But let's see what we got in the canister.
I feel like this is like the Bill Nye Science Guy episode for adults, right?
And those are termites, so.
Yeah, I can't believe that like termites is not good. Like you really got to get that taken care of, right?
So
like, you're in a wood shed. Are we sure that this shed is even going to last the rest of the show?
The chair I'm sitting on might not. So the termites, like, you know, you'll see the house down the street get tented, then the house next to it get tented. And then like a year later, the house next to yours get tented. And I think we're next. We haven't seen them swarming in the house. They're obviously swarming out here in my shed, which means, I mean, they're closing in on the house for sure. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna redo the shed, make it a workspace. It's a pretty awesome shed, actually. You can't really see the whole thing, but. Maybe we'll get it tented. You think I can just like get a few of those bombs and just like put like 10 of them in here and set them off and just dip, and that'll probably take care of it, right?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, I'll try that first. I don't know. You probably stuff probably doesn't get tented there. Your high rise doesn't get tented. Oh, watch out. In Miami, this high rise, I don't know if it was late last night or what, just like half the building fell off in like residential. Pretty crazy.
Because of termites?
Hey, I don't think they know the cause yet, but you might be onto something. I mean, you assume the high rise is made out of concrete, so you wouldn't think termite, but like the whole face, like one whole side just collapsed. And they have a crazy picture where you see a crib, like, so you're looking at the side of the building and there's a crib, or not a crib, like a bunk bed sitting right by the edge on like the top floor. So pretty crazy. One confirmed dead, and that was like as of a few hours ago, but I'm sure there's more in the rubble. Yeah. So
yeah, that stuff always kind of freaks me out. Like, I live on the 11th floor, and we have earthquakes here. And I remember, like, one time, you know, I was in the shower, and there was an earthquake that hit, and I kind of, like, I'm from Canada, right? Like, I don't know what to do about earthquakes. And
what do? You go like this?
Well, yeah, I mean, usually, but like sometimes they last longer than you think. And so like this one was like lasting longer than I thought. And I was like, this isn't good. Like, this isn't really good. Like, I'm in the shower and this isn't good, right? So I came out of the shower and like I saw, like, you know, my whole house is like shaking, it's moving, and I don't know what to do. So like I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, because when you're in the middle of like an earthquake or like a disaster situation, your mind isn't always so rational. I'm like, what, like, do I go out in the hallway with no clothes on? Like, that's kind of weird. Like, my wife always says, when there's an earthquake, the first thing you have to do is open the door, right? Because like, if the building moves and you get stuck in something, then you need a door open to be able to get out. But I was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna straddle this, you know, balcony here. So I had 1 foot inside the balcony, 1 foot outside the balcony. And like what I was thinking in the back of my head was like, if the building collapses, then I've got a chance to like dive off of the balcony and like survive, right? And like if like, you know, if the balcony falls off, then I've got a chance to dive inside and survive. And I'm standing there in the archway naked, and then the earthquake stops.
Well, hold on though. Wouldn't you think the balcony is the first thing that would like shake off? Or you're worried that the top is gonna, the rest of the, Jimmy, I don't think that was a good idea.
It was a horrible idea. I'm not saying it was a good idea. I'm just saying, like, in a panic mode, like, I'm not the, like, you know, if you're being chased by a black bear, you probably don't want to follow whatever I'm doing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Did anyone else, when you looked out, was anyone else straddling their balcony?
No, they all ran back inside, because like naked Jimmy D standing on his balcony in the middle of the earthquake like this.
Yeah, we don't get earthquakes here. We get the hurricanes. Hurricane Andrew was fucking pretty crazy. I was pretty young, but I remember, you know, people, some of our friends came over. Like, my parents have friends that lived in high rises on the beach. They got evacuated, so they came over. I remember my grandma over there, my parents, my brother, and my sister was in college. But I remember a couple scenes. I remember, because at the time, no one had shutters, like, whatever. I remember the window, like, we were all kind of crouched down in the kitchen behind the bar, and there was a window off to the right. And I remember it like flexing, like bowing. And I remember the sliding glass door down the way, like kind of bowing, like you thought it was just gonna blow through. I remember the pressure, like, because you're supposed to leave like a window slightly open or something, but there's all this pressure from the wind, so it's messing with your ears. And then when it got bad, I actually went, well, before it got bad, like before it even started, my parents were drinking because their friends were over. They were having a good time, and I go back to sleep. But then my mom, when they didn't realize it was going to get like real, and when it got real, they woke me up and pulled me out with them. And then I remember the craziest thing was the pool's like maybe 6 feet away from the house. There's another sliding glass door, and you're watching the pool like waves, and then a big gust came and the pool went over and kind of jumped over the deck and poured into the living room. So we see all the water just pour in. There's all wood floors. It just goes right under there. And then, you know, we made it through there. None of the windows broke or anything, but it was like a multi-level flat roof, and all the bedrooms, all the back area, the roof was just like hanging down, water pouring in. The the number of trees that were down and shit. It was pretty devastating. But I remember it's crazy because, you know, you don't have electricity. I don't think we had electricity for 3 weeks. You're finding shit like you're finding shit from like 5 miles away, like in your yard, just like random shit everywhere. All the roads were blocked. There's like a kind of main street off the neighborhood, and that was blocked. But all the neighbors, like, this is one of those occasions where you have to depend on each other, right? In time of crisis, everyone gets together. Like, people are helping each other out with food and shit. The whole neighborhood got together, and all the guys brought out their chainsaws and took down the one tree that was across 112th Street there and got that out of the way so traffic could start flowing through. And then, yeah, it's like a massive cleanup, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, we get a lot of, you know, well, hurricanes, I guess we call them here. But we're pretty lucky in Osaka because Osaka's kind of a bay, so we don't get nearly as bad as, like, you know, the rest of the nation. But like, it does get kind of freaky, right? Like, I remember when when the big earthquake, when the big tsunami hit Japan, I was actually in Hawaii, and you know, I had family and friends in Japan, and I remember like my friend calling me up in Hawaii. And he's just like, hey, did you see that tsunami that hit like Japan? It's like gonna come to Hawaii. Like, we're screwed. Like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know, because like I lived like close to the beach, and so I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill my bathtub up with water, because I lived on the 12th floor, and that way like I'll have water. I'm like, everyone else is like running to the mountains, but like I live on like the 12th floor, the 11th floor. And so I went downstairs and I asked the security dude, I'm like, hey, like, where's the evacuation area? He's like, oh, you're fine. I'm like, I know, but where's the evacuation area? He's like, yeah, the building on the other side of the street, they should evacuate, but we're going to be okay. I'm like, really? Like we just draw that line down the middle of the street? And he's like, what floor are you on? I'm like, the 11th. He's like, you're fine. And this is this massive, like, Samoan dude, this big Samoan guy. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm fine? He's like, I'm
fine. He's like, fine, Jimmy. Just straddle the balcony.
Right? No, but
you'll be fine.
He's like, you're fine. And I'm like, what do you mean you're fine? He's like, I'm from Samoa. You know what we do when there's a tsunami? I'm like, no. He's like, we just hug a tree. There's a reason we're so religious, right? Like, this is. He's like, you just hug the tree and hope that it stays forward. But yeah, it does get a little bit freaky, right? Like, I don't know. I guess people get used to it at times. But.
Yeah, the thing is, everyone, like with the hurricanes here, you have to have a direct hit for it to be really bad. Like, I mean, like 25 miles from the eye wall in any direction. So like a 25-mile radius around the eye wall for it to be like really, really hurricane force sustained winds. So you see these big hurricanes and you see them sweep across the state, but really there's a small little area that's getting wrecked. I know my wife's from Boston area, New England, and she has some friends that also moved down here back in the day. And when Hurricane Irma came through, we had friends that went from Miami. Okay, this is like before the storm, right? They're from New England, so they're freaking out. And before the storm made landfall, they had gone from Miami. They went across to the west side of the state, to Naples, and then drove up to Tampa Bay. And the storms like keeps kind of, and you know, the media kind of builds it up. You know, it's a big event. Everyone's kind of tuned in. And then the storm was going to the west side of the state. So then they drove up to like Georgia or something. And before the storm even made landfall in the Keys, they had looped all the way from Miami up the west coast of the state to Georgia and came back down to Miami, and chased their tail around the state before the storm even hit. So, I mean, just total noobs. If you're in Miami and there is a hurricane, don't do anything crazy. Just chill out and wait to see what the storm's going to do first. And if it was like, gonna be a category 5, like direct hit, you get out of there. But anything like 3 and lower, it's not. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like we're talking about crypto now, right? Like if you're going to invest in a coin and the price dumps, just chill out and wait and see what happens before you like panic, right?
I want to do a couple things. Hollywood Taylor, you know, Taylor, Jimmy Taylor is the young buck that is, he's doing all the fun stuff right now. But he's got a marketing background. He's taking care of that. He's actually takes a major weight off Kenny's shoulders to have Taylor in there taking care of some of that stuff. But he had a podcast. He went on the shift and, planted his flag. And then since then he has run, I think he's giving away his own Finney coins, but he's building his Twitter following. So he's doing all these like collab little Finney coin Twitter contest, but it's like follow Taylor Arnold, right? And so I looked earlier today, and he was up. This is like an unknown. Okay, this is an unknown. He starts working for Cryptowriter, and he's up to like 430 Twitter followers overnight. And I would say I'm a little jealous because he's got more followers than me. But I don't really use Twitter that much.
What's his Twitter handle? Taylor.
Yeah, I think
Taylor Arnold is a popular name. It seems. On
Twitter. Someone tell us what Taylor's Twitter handle is. Are you allowed to drop Twitter handles in YouTube, or will it not show the link?
I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm kidding. It'll let you do it.
I can do whatever I want. Whether we get banned or not, like I don't know.
He said in the comments, he said, "Don't worry, Sean. I can give you a shout out with a wink." Yeah, man, hook me up, bro. Hook me up. at Taylor Arnold _. Nice. There it is, folks. Follow this man. The only thing that actually bugs me is not that he's growing his brand, because I think that's great and that you can use Finney coins to do that, but that he is instead of having a Finney as his avatar on Twitter, it is some what are those new skeleton things? Someone in the audience will know. It's like a new NFT. I don't know. Reese is doing backgrounds for it. I can't keep up with all of them. But anyways, instead of having a crypto Finney as his avatar, he's repping some other thing, some other project. Oh, Wicked Craniums. There it is. So I think that's a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? There. Look at this, right? He's trying to balance it out with the Finney background, but I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. The Wicked Cranium avatar. Maybe it's a play to get a Hollywood Taylor Arnold Finney, like his own custom, and maybe we should do that.
Well, he seems to be going 50-50 back and forth. So right now it's okay. We'll see which one wins out.
How many followers?
452.
Look at that. Bro, he's blowing up.
He might actually have more than me, to be honest. I don't know.
He's got more than me, for sure.
Yeah.
Young buck. Go to NFT Joe. Let's see how many followers NFT Joe has.
Sure. There we go.
There he is. NFT Joe.
534.
Ooh. NFT Joe slowed down a bit. He was on fire for a while.
I mean, I kind of want to see how many you have.
How great was it, NFT Joe, on our podcast this morning, where we were doing how to do a good podcast, and NFT Joe has like horrible connection. He's the camera's shaking everywhere. We can't hear him. He's dropping out of service.
Right. I had a good time on that one. I quite liked it.
I'm gonna need you to
unfollow you. I can.
Yeah, you can unfollow me, but let me share my screen because we are going to burn a Finney coin.
Oh, have you done this? You haven't done this live before.
Well, I've never done it. I've never done it this way, where we burn the coin first and then we give it out. But
right. So no matter what it is, you're gonna give it away.
I need Young Hollywood to send me names for the wheel spin. Taylor, what's the status on the names? Can you send that to my Telegram? Oh, I think we need a producer. Did you hear any of that? I think we need a producer.
Yeah. What's wrong?
I said, I think we need a producer for this show.
We can do that. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Here, they say spin first and then burn. I like that. We're just waiting on Young Hollywood to get these names to me.
We're always going to get people that complain, right? We had this problem over in YoshiDrops and the Uplift World. We've got some complainers out there, and we can't really figure out like where it's coming from. But like, apparently, a couple people got angry that we dropped them free stuff because they had Yoshi coins in their accounts, and like they were really upset about this. They're like, we got these digital vinyl miners, and this is spam. You're spamming our network. And I guess like maybe the RAM that you have in your account like costs money to keep them. I mean, we did another one the other day where we sent like a non-transferable, non-burnable token to people who were on the up list. And I don't think anyone really complained, but people were like, I wish like we could burn it. I'm like, why would, like, I don't get it, right? And the reason we did that is because we're gonna send like, you know, land and rail out with it together, right? I don't know, like, have you guys ever been accused of like spamming the network? Like, you send a lot of coins, but I don't know if.
I mean, we've spam. No, I mean, no, we're not really spamming it. We're not.
I didn't think we were spamming it either.
I mean,
basically we had to change our whole business plan because of that, right? And I'm okay with it, but it's just like, you know, it gets weird sometimes, right?
Here, give me this. Let me share my screen. Can you shoot me in there?
Yeah, and I mean, from a producer level, if anyone can figure out like how, other than putting myself in a helmet or a bubble to like block the outside city noise that like obviously you can hear, then I don't know what to do about that. So
here,
Taylor,
we're gonna spin the wheel.
Okay, so we're gonna spin the wheel, and then whoever wins is gonna get the Finney burn.
We're gonna burn, we're gonna burn a coin, get a Finney, and then whoever wins is gonna get it. Here we go, spinning the wheel. And it's, look at that, Morton Matt D. Way to go.
Well, I mean, that's pretty. Okay, I'll have it because like he's always here and I like it.
Yeah, Morton. I mean, that's fitting. Okay.
JNK, we'll come back to that in a minute because I want to know what's going on. I don't know how you have refugee status over there, but yeah,
we're burning it. And well, typical wax. Typical wax. Should we refresh the page, Jimmy, and see what we got?
I mean, that's probably the best thing to do. We could just send it and no one will ever know, right?
Ooh, it's a gold. Ooh, not bad. and typical atomic. I've been having this problem where it's not showing the it could be Safari though.
Number one, I can't believe that you actually use Safari. Like that just blows my mind.
The only reason why is because my keychain with all my passwords, I haven't hooked it to Brave. I don't know why. I can't tell you why.
I want to use Brave more, but like I'm stuck in Chrome because Brave's not optimized quite as much as Chrome, which is kind of scary to be honest. But.
So he's gold, dark skin, brown eyes, white t-shirt, green shorts, high tops, long hair, 80 sunglasses, light blue mask, black gloves, diver's watch. This one's pretty good. Oh, here it is. Look at that guy. Not a bad pull. Not a bad pull at all. Okay, so Morton. Here, let me unshare my screen. I'll create the link.
Nice. I like it. And I like the fact that like we're doing it at this time because we've got people coming out like, you know, throwing you off the bridge, which is great.
Yeah, no,
you Safari pleb you.
Pleb. I'm just getting old, guys. I'm getting old. Getting old.
So J&K, talk to me. I don't know what really you're talking about, but apparently I lost it now, have you're a refugee or something on Uplift World. I don't know what that means. But so you, how many people did you fill in for your list, Sean? You had a list. Did you
my
fill
up
it up?
list? I did. I think like 7, including myself.
Awesome. That's great.
I thought that was pretty good for me, right?
No, I mean it's great. Like, and I think
I saw we're about 150 away from the 1,000 selling. I know there's like 1,400, but we're close. We're closing in.
We had a guy come into the chat the other day, and it was quite funny because he's just like, yeah, like when they get to 1,000, they're just gonna shut it down. They're just gonna shut it down. And somebody's like, no, you don't know the team over there. Like they're not gonna do that. And I was like, yeah, obviously, like you're new. Like you haven't been here for very much because you would know that like we would never do that, right? And what was funny about it is he came back like an hour later. He's like, I'm sorry for my poor English. What I meant was once we get to 1,000, it's going to sell out really quickly because like everyone's just going to buy it. Like,
so it's not at 1,000.
I should check actually.
Oh, that's Morton's first Finney.
Wow.
Bro,
I mean,
we must not be giving away enough on these podcasts. Either that or Quan. This Quan comes in and wins everything. Every game, everything. Should we do another one?
I think that sounds good. Hey, I have a question for you. It's usually your question, but I like the shed, by the way. I think like this could, like, we had a really good roundtable yesterday. Actually, I quite enjoyed that. I liked talking to those guys about, you know, everything that was going on. But like, yeah, like if you ever branch off without me and do your own podcast, like I think that you should just call it the Shed, and you could be like the home improvement of podcasts.
The thing is, I need a wingman when I do these because I can't carry it. Like, I can't do the play-by-play. I can do the color, but I need someone like you, like a nice person.
No, like I'm the same way. It's funny. Like I'm horrible at doing like my own show, right? So I get it. Yeah, I'm like totally.
Yeah, totally. Taylor's gonna update the list, the wheel list, and we'll do another one
again, please.
Jimmy, where's your vape pen?
It's right here, man.
Okay, let's see your French inhale.
I can't do it.
Just kind of close your mouth and suck through your nose. The problem is you're either inhaling it. You're inhaling too much. You gotta just fill the mouth. Okay, you're trying. Let me try.
Yeah, I can't do it. You know, it might also be the fact that like I don't actually get that much smoke out of this one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, we got a new list. We're updating it. Oh, Taylor, you put Morton back on there. He already won one. See,
Yeah,
this is good that we're going through this because
right. Like that's a rookie mistake by an up and coming producer right there. Like that.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, but this is why we do these. It's a learning process.
All right.
We'll teach the young buck and we'll get him up to speed.
Again,
You have electric kettle? Wait. A new
Yeah.
list came up suddenly.
Yeah, I have an electric kettle. I was.
Oh, thanks, Taylor.
I inhale through my nostril. I mean, like I just think that should
What do you
be
mean? You stick this up your nose and
right? I think that should just be your Twitter status for like an hour and see like what kind of responses come in, because I think that would be good. And we love you, Reese, by the way. The Mario thing, if you haven't watched that, go back. That was fun. The second one where I didn't have to get made a fool of.
Okay, we're gonna do another one. Here, let me share my screen. When are you gonna give me administrative privileges so I can like share my screen on my own?
Yeah, I need to do that. And I have to get the codes from somebody, so I don't have them. So that's part of the problem. So I should remember that, though. It's not no.
Okay, here we go. What is that? Good mood, lactose free. All right, here we go.
I mean, thanks, Morton. I totally forgot about that. Right, like there are 2 streams.
Oh, rad crypto guy. Reese Dale was close. Way to go, rad crypto guy. Yeah. Okay, now we go and we burn a coin. See, before not too long ago, I think it was on a show we had to get together. I hadn't burned a coin, and I like this better because I actually get to burn them. All right, here we go. Wait for it. Boom. See what happens. All right. Let's see what this guy is. Ooh, an iridium. It's just a pretty standard Finney right there.
Like that?
I'd burn him.
Nice. My missus is upset because she can only hear me speaking, and I was talking about the hypersensitive mic before, and she just came to get me a coffee because she's awesome like that, and she said in the background, she's like, somebody said I'm a giant. Like,
you said you called your wife a giant, dude?
I did not call you a giant, honey. What I said was the mic is really sensitive, so when you're walking, it sounds like like on the thing. She's like kind of like by any North American standard, she's like super tiny, so I can understand why she would take offense to that.
She doesn't really think she's a giant, though.
No, I don't think so. She's, you know,
she's just playing the game. She's just playing the game.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's always fun. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm not so sure how long I'm going to keep my real world job like this one. I might do other things. Like I might go back to writing, and kind of my thing now is like, if I'm not living in the center of one of the largest cities in the world, then I could probably afford to like not work as much as I do now.
Yeah.
And so I had this idea. I'm like, what if I like just go back to North America and stay with my parents for a while, right? And then of course, like I would have to come to Florida, you know, I'd have to go to Texas. I'd have to go around and visit some people. Preferably do a stream outside so that I can hear myself rather than like, you know, the crazy background noise, because it's driving me crazy in the daytime. It's not this bad at night, right? I've never actually done this in the daytime with the mic.
It's not that bad at night.
But yeah, it's like I was thinking about it. I was thinking like, how cool is it going to be the day that I get to sit down with like people like you that I actually don't even know, have a barbecue in the backyard, you know, turn the stream off and just like, you know, hey, that's my missus, that's my daughter, that's your son. Like that's going to be a whole new world, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a bizarre place.
You know, this podcast thing, like you're a lucky guy that you just get to talk to your buddies and talk to other people that you don't know and make them your buddy. But that's not a bad gig, Jimmy. Like just podcast. Yeah. It's really not a bad gig.
Right. Like most of what I do is writing, but like this is nice because it gets me perspective, right? Like if you're just a writer and you're locked into your own perspective, like that perspective can be pretty messed up at times. I think you know that too, right? Like you're kind of
I don't, with the writing, I have to be like in the mood to write something, and most of the time I'm not really in the mood, but every once in a while something comes along, a little spark, and then I write. Mark Bailey, who's writing, I always talk about Mark Bailey, but he's awesome. Mark Bailey, who's writing Crypto Finney Volume 1, the story to go with the pack drop. He's super, super efficient. Like he can knock out stuff in wait. What's going on?
What do you want? Okay. Are you waiting for me?
Yeah, no. I saw your wife was trying to tell you something.
Yeah, she's gonna go away because she's gonna leave. She's like done. I'm screw this. Like at nighttime I can deal with it, but now you're doing it morning. I'm out. Like I'm fucking out. I'm done.
Anyways, Mark Bailey is awesome writer. That guy can write stuff so fast. Like that guy can write anything. We give him any assignment and he's just so smart and can just boom, boom, boom and knock it out. With me, it's like a struggle. Like I obsess over everything, and I know it's because I have to practice more. That's the only way you get faster at writing. I can write pretty well, but I'm just slow, you know, unless I get fired up, passionate about something, and then I'll knock it out. Can you just do like volume writing?
Yeah, so it's weird for me. Let me do this. There. I think that's a little bit better. Because now I don't have the headphones in my ear. But yeah, so like I write weird. Like I need to be in a certain headspace to write. But the thing with when I write is like I can usually get away with writing in different voices and people wouldn't even know that it's me, right? Depending upon my mood, right? Like I'm like my writing maps like almost like a split personality in a way, like a multiple personality person, right? So like, which sometimes I like it, but like I'm not necessarily the best at like writing prefab custom stuff from companies, right? Like if somebody gives me a topic and they just let me write whatever I want to write, you know, sometimes I'll come off as ranty, sometimes I'll come off as educational, sometimes I'll like, it's basically, I write like I speak, right? You know?
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Why don't we, where's the StreamYard link? We should bring someone else on.
I can do that. Yeah. Sure.
Get someone on here. We need some more flavor.
Should we bring the young buck on?
We can bring the young buck on.
All right. I'll
see how he does. We'll see how he does. Yeah, that's perfect. Actually,
I'll send him a DM with the information.
Young Hollywood.
All right. There we go.
We'll see. He went on the shift, and Adam makes it so easy for everyone. Like This though, we'll test him a little.
Yeah, I haven't been on the shift yet. I think I'm gonna go in the next week or two, which should be fun. But that's gonna be a rough one for me. That's gonna be like 1 a.m. my time. But I might go like the day before my birthday actually, because like that's the only time I can slot it in. So it's gonna be weird. Like I'm gonna ring in my birthday with Mr. Carswell, and he's not even gonna know about it. So that would be a little bit bizarre, right? But
the Tech Geek wants us to bring Reese on too. I'll only bring Reese on if he has a level, if he's finished that Minecraft level.
I mean, I'm happy to bring Reese on anytime.
Yeah, well, but have him, he needs to be logged in and have Minecraft set up so he can like run around.
Yeah, actually, Reese, if you want to come in and do the gratitude.
Oh, he's at work. He works?
Right. Like.
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
There he is.
How's it going?
Yeah, I just assumed that you were like older and wiser. Like I've never actually met you before. I get why you call him the young buck now. I get it.
Yeah, man. It's good to have a little youth. I think he's the Taylor, you're probably the youngest like in our close circle, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he's a greenhorn.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
Where are you calling it? Well, you're calling us from Australia, right? But are you calling us from like, is that like, yeah? What's your studio? Walk us through. Like, how do you now that you're starting to branch out and do live shows? I mean, pre-green screen. Where do you film from?
Well, the other day I was prepared, so I just turned my computer around and I was on a blank wall. But yeah, now you're seeing into my room. So welcome.
So like I do some online teaching, and like because of coronavirus and stuff, we sometimes do Zoom calls. And what's funny about that is like I have like students who like sometimes students like they'll be sitting on their bed and they'll turn on their video camera, which is a little bit weird. But like what's even weirder is like we had this debate like where teachers are like, no, if the students don't turn on their video camera, like I'm going to not pass them. I'm not going to give them any credits. They have to have their video camera on. And I'm like, just a minute here. Like, wait a minute, right? Like most of these kids live in like a 1-bedroom apartment, like not even a studio apartment, like just one room, like what you see behind you. And like there are all these girls and all these guys on the stream. Like if I was a university girl, right? Like would I really want all of the guys in my class to be looking into my bedroom? Like that's a bit weird, right? Like, I mean, for all the fans out there of Reese, you can see the bedroom behind him now, which is, might get you happy. I mean, I don't know where you are, but
that's Taylor. That's not Reese.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I was looking at Reese's comments here. I apologize. This is
that's all right.
Ryan Reynolds asked Taylor if he wanted to hang out, but Taylor was too Hollywood for him.
Maybe later.
So who are you and what do you do? Like we had Sean's introduction of you, but like give us yours. Like you're a marketer, and I really like the fact that like you're like super nice to me anyway. You might not be to everyone, but like I just want to say that like to start, like you're really good and really patient with me, and that's not always easy. So thank you for that.
That's all right, Jimmy. Well, I try my best. No, you guys are super easy to work with, and I think it seems that I mean everyone that I've spoken to so far, they give that same kindness back, which is nice to see because I know it's not like that everywhere you go. So that's good. We've definitely got a good community. But my background is obviously marketing. That's what I did my degree in. And I sort of started in the social media space because I obviously saw a future in that. And I kind of just stuck with it. I started with like paid advertising on social media, so Facebook and Google. And then now these days it's sort of, I mean, every day is different really. Like I've got so much to learn, but it's exciting. So like just the other day I was chatting with Zach, I think it was from Liquid Apps. I think that was it. in the chat, and he was teaching me a little bit about YouTube and that sort of stuff. I think you were there actually. For that week. Yeah. So just learning every day, but making it work. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, that was a really good conversation for me too. Like I just kind of sat back and watched it because I'm like, oh, that's like, it's some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if I was, how old are you? Like 22?
23.
23. If I was 23 and I was in the crypto space, like where would I be now? Right. That's how I see it. Because I didn't discover crypto till, I don't know, 2015. But if I was in college and discovered it or younger, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know where I'd be now. Probably on a yacht somewhere. I don't know. It's really cool that you get to do something cool like right out of college and get to explore this world, because I don't know, it's crazy. It moves so fast and you got to be innovative, but you're going to learn a lot.
Yeah.
I almost want to throw you on a live stream or show together with Miss Teen Crypto. Now don't take that the wrong way, but like it's kind of like
Taylor likes older women. You can tell. Right? You can tell.
Right, but like it's interesting. Like we had her on the show last night, and it's interesting to like hear what she was saying about like that very topic, right? Like she was saying that like she had teachers coming to her and saying like, oh, you should be careful. Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. Like it's getting really bad, right? And this was like when Bitcoin was around like 7,700, right? She said the minute that they breached like 20,000, like her teachers were coming to her and saying like, hey, how do I get Bitcoin? Like, how do I buy it?
Yeah.
That's awesome, right? Like, but I 100% agree. Like I wish, the thing is, if I was your age right now, I probably wouldn't be as smart as you guys. Like I wouldn't be the one to be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to go buy Bitcoin, right? But I'm envious of people who have figured this out this young.
Taylor, your gateway to crypto was NFTs?
No, I actually had a few friends that were already invested, and they sort of gave me a few tips or whatever. I'd already heard about it.
Few shit coins to pick up, to scoop up.
A few. There were a few in there, but it was BNB was my first big buy.
Okay.
And then I found out about the Street Fighter stuff, and that was my gateway to NFTs. But then obviously hearing about Cryptowriter, I was like, well, you know, if Kenny's nearby, I have to reach out, obviously. And then that's how all this came about.
Okay, so you got into crypto before NFTs. I just feel like NFTs are the way to bridge that gap, but you were already in there.
Like, do we get commission for this? If Taylor gets married off on our show, how much in the pot do we take, Sean? I kind of want.
I get royalties off everyone from Cheney, NFT Joe, and Taylor now.
You're sorted. I'll get you on the yacht one day.
Yeah, please. That's awesome though, man. I wish I could do it all over again, right, Jimmy? Like,
right?
Well, I mean, I couldn't be more thrilled with the way things turned out for me, my kids, my wife, surrounded by family. But if I could go back and just like one more time back to my prime, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd want to bring everyone with me, obviously, but I kind of had everyone with me back then, except my kids.
I've often thought about this. It's like, you know, if I could change anything in my life, if I go back in time and change anything in my life, and I'm going to be all weird here, but like I wouldn't, because it wouldn't lead me to where I am now, right? And like where I am now is kind of the place that I like to be, you know? And
yeah, but you don't know, Jimmy. You don't know.
Well, it could have been better, but like it could also.
I mean, it could be a lot worse. So you're grateful for what you got, but it could have been, you know, I don't know. You just don't have the wisdom when you're younger, and then you get the wisdom, and you wish you had the wisdom when you were younger. You know what I mean?
Right. But like the butterfly effect is real, right? Like that's something that you really have to, worry about. I mean, provided like you're smart like us and you know that time travel is really possible, because that's what we do. This is why we're able to go live all the time, because when we screw it up, we just jump in the time machine, go back an hour, and roll it back. And you guys out there in the audience, you have no idea that this is happening. Like, this is the 4th time that we've filmed this show today, actually. Nobody really.
Jimmy, I've seen a lot of you today. I've seen a lot of you. You at least got to sleep in between, but
yeah, right. Yeah.
I was thinking that. I'm like, this is a lot of time with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Because,
so how do you feel? Like, how do you feel about having your first, your first ever? Well, there's a couple firsts here, but how do you feel about having your first ever shed appearance? Right. Like.
Yeah. So mixed feelings. It's like humid as fuck right now in Miami. It's nasty outside. There's been like 2 storms. And I don't want to open the doors because I feel like all the bugs will fly in. I've already had the termites earlier that I took care of. And this light above my head's a little too bright, but if I turn it off, then I'm in the dark.
I kind of feel like that's how you should run the episodes with that dark light. And then Taylor and I can just like remove ourselves from the screen.
Bro, honestly, it's better. It's better on my eyes. So let's spin a wheel. Let's spin a wheel.
Creepy, right?
Hey, Taylor, is that last list still good, or we got a couple more like Nerd King here and
I'll have a look.
Soul Caner?
Yeah.
What sometimes I try to understand what some of these names, some of them make sense. Some of them use their real names. Dr. Poon. Someone I love Dr. Poon. Someone in the group at one point, I forget who it was, but they were like paging Dr. Poon.
Yeah. So you guys can so you guys can all like you're all more than welcome to throw your addresses in the chat. And we can
Okay. No. Taylor's just gonna.
There you should have that one now, Sean.
Wait. So do I combine them?
No, that should just be the updated one. Although, hold on, a few more people have just joined.
This last one. Okay.
Hold on. There you go. That's the one.
Okay, this is the one.
I mean, so while we do this, how does it feel, Taylor, to be like prime time for once? Not really prime time, but like awake and like we're on the same side of the world, you and me, and we often get booked with these podcasts, right? Like it's like 2 a.m. in the morning for a drop or 3 a.m., right? Like,
yeah,
like we my one thing is like I don't really want to move stateside again, because like if I move stateside, I feel like there's never going to be anyone in Asia that's representing.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I feel like a little excluded sometimes from some of the drops and things that go on, but it's nice to wake up in the morning and see everything that's happened and sort of catch up. It's a nice way to start the day. But right. I'm always down for a podcast if you need somebody, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, let's do something sometime. So my thing is like, I kind of want to leave Japan for a bit at some point in the next year or two. I like it here. I'll always come back occasionally.
Yeah.
But for me, I kind of want my daughter to grow up in an English-speaking country somewhere. Like, and like even if it's Malaysia where they speak broken English, it's better than like where they speak almost no English at all. But I've been thinking, it's like, if I could go anywhere in the world that I wanted, I would probably go to New Zealand, just because I've spent like time there and I really like it. I like the chilled out, laid back idea. My missus, though, she would go to Australia in a heartbeat, right? Because she loves it there. And so like we were kind of thinking, it's like, how do we end up, on the shores of one of those two places? Probably Australia, because it's a lot easier to get into than New Zealand, I think, if you're not Australian, right? But like how cool would that be, right? Like we could totally do like jumpstart, something in Australia between, Cryptowriter, Gen or EOS, the Uplift. Like I think we need to make that a focus, right? And I know like Kenny would be down, with that idea as well. But like I think one of the things that I always thought was really cool about the Cryptowriter crew is you guys have two top-notch guys that are like kind of on the ball. Well, I mean, used to be on the ball. I'm not really sure what's happening right there now. Like something in your ear or something. Wait, what on the ball? What? But yeah, like two, and you're on opposite side of the world, so that pairs really well, right? And I like corporations and companies that have put that together, right? So I'm kind of glad that Cryptowriter's stacking people like Taylor on the Australian side, because like there needs to be more representation on this side of the world as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. Do you think this is a time slot that you guys will be keeping for the Edge of Obscurity?
Well, I'm okay. Kind of depends on Sean and his humidity.
Well, alternate. I got to get AC in here. I got to redo. I'm making this thing a workspace. There's going to be accordion doors in front. You're just going to be able to walk in through the cheeky hut, and you're going to come in, and I'm going to have desks, like leather chairs and stuff in here. I'm going to finish the walls and raise the trusses up on the ceiling. But I don't know if I can do this every week in this weather.
Is your shed bigger than my garage? Like your shed is bigger than my house, maybe. I don't know. If you've got trusses on the ceiling and you're raising the roof. Yeah,
I mean, it's a decent sized shed. Anyway, let's spin the wheel.
Here
we go.
That was the line that you used to use at the bars. You come back to my place. No, it's my parents' place, but it's a decent sized shed.
Oh, look at that. Tech geek. Tech geek tunes into everything. He's like Morton. Now let's burn a Finney. Burn. All right. Let's see what Tech Geek gets. Look at this guy. This is a pleb. He's gotta level this up. Pleb Finney. Platinum. This is pretty standard. All right, Tech Geek, you're gonna have to get.
Come here.
How many more does he need to get to a minor? 5 more platinums and level her up. You got a couple extra days for the Rolo drop, so get her done. Taylor, how many Finneys have you burned?
Not too many, actually. I should be burning more.
Do you have addiction in your family?
No.
No?
Not yet. I'll be the first.
Not yet, yeah.
Right? Like I'm the same way though. Like I never burn them. I keep them. I think I burned like 2 on the air, but like I'm not even gonna qualify for like, if
you gotta burn a few. This is
like I haven't upgraded either. I'm just like I look at my wallet and I feel kind of bad because I'm like, wow, there are these Finney coins and they're worth good money and the price just keeps going up. So like I don't know. Like I'm kind of on the side of like, these actually might be worth more than the Finneys themselves. Like, but at the same time, it's kind of like the whole intent to have them was to burn them, right?
All right, Taylor, Tech Geek's gonna DM you later. I'll send you the claim link, and then you can push that bad boy out.
Cool.
Let's do one more with that same deal, and we'll give away some Yoshi coins as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I gave out the last reward as well, actually, because that's a third one, right?
I gave out the set. I gave Rad Crypto guy. I gave it to him directly.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's spin another wheel.
Let me just update the list again because getting messages that we're missing people.
Yeah, don't listen to them. If they were here from from the beginning, they would have got on the wheel. No, we're always, you can never, that was the worst thing, Jimmy, when we used to do the contest, like your first round table, and we did the contest where we had everyone put their wax names in the comment section, and then I had to go back and collect like 60 wax names, and of course someone got left off, so then you just got to give them a Finney coin for your mistake. But
right? I mean, don't listen to the whiners in the background. Don't listen to those that are crying.
Yeah.
I just queued you up, and you're not going to do that. Yeah.
Ooh, new list.
Yeah.
We got
people now.
We got some new people. They're bloodhounds. They sniff out the Finney coins.
Okay, so let's do this one twice, and we'll give away two.
Okay. Ooh, Yoshi coin giveaway.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't want them, like if you're gonna complain about the fact that like you might get free shit in your account later, if you upgrade them, like like stop crying in the audience out there. We can all hear you.
Yeah. Here we go. Push me through, Jimmy. There we go. Let's spin the wheel.
Oh, J&K.
J&K.
Nice.
Nice.
There we go, J&K.
So J&K, I guess we'll need a wax account.
What are you giving him, or am I doing another Finney?
I mean, I can send him a Yoshi coin, but if you want to send him a Finney, you can send him a Finney. That's cool.
We'll do one more and we'll burn it. Wait, I don't want to do this. I'm doing the wrong thing here. We'll burn another Finney. I'm going to have to call the real sugar daddy, Kenny, and tell him I need some more Finney coins. I'm running a little low.
I mean, J&K might be upset that he's like not getting a Finney. I think I can hear him crying in the background.
We'll get it. We'll get him a Finney. He might want Yoshi coins. I don't know. What do you want, J&K? You want Yoshi coins, or you want a Finney?
I'm going to give him a Yoshi coin anyway. But,
what did I just do? Someone's going to pause that. I think, did I just create a link? Yeah. I think I just created a link. Someone's going to pause that and get that link. That's fine. Let's burn it. It's way past my bedtime. Jimmy, you can always give the baby a nipple.
Yeah. So it's funny, like recently she's been like kind of like really wanting her mom, but like her mom had to go and do like ballet because her mom's like a dancer, and so like she said to me, that's what we were talking about earlier. She's like, she's sleeping now, let's go. But I think maybe that wasn't the best idea, to be honest.
Is this Iridium? Okay, this one's not bad. Cool hat, blue eyes. Sneakers aren't that bad. He's got the gloves, purple shirt. This isn't a bad looking Finney, in my opinion. I'd burn it. I'd level it up. What would you do, Taylor?
What would I do with him?
Yeah, what would you do with this guy?
I'd probably level it up, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Not too much a fan of the purple shirt myself.
Oh no, I like the purple shirt with the gas mask, actually. Sort of like the Too Legit Finney, but with the purple shirt. I saw one of those somewhere and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, okay. I gotta get some, like a nice Finney. Hey, I'm gonna have to burn some for sure. Maybe we can do that live sometime.
Yeah. What?
I kind of like the purple shirt. I'm kind of a fan, actually.
If you do it live, you got to give it away.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, you can't burn it live for yourself, Taylor.
I mean, yeah, I did that once.
Yeah, but
those days are over now.
Yeah. Those days are over.
So J&K, drop your account in the comments.
No,
also.
I'll just message him, or Taylor will.
Yeah, okay, fair.
You know, I accidentally, because you guys didn't stop me, I accidentally did another claim link and the URL showed on the screen for a second. So you probably had half the people stop the video and go back and type in the link to get that coin. But that's okay.
Are you sure it's gone? Like maybe nobody's done it yet.
That's okay. I don't know if it's gone, but I assume they did. Right. These guys are onto it.
Yeah. They're vultures.
They're professionals, man. That's why I really want Finney 3.0 to be augmented reality Finney. Yeah, someone, see, Dr. Poon said someone got it. Najoenka got it. How do you pronounce that?
Yeah, that makes sense because he's on the ball. He's here a lot as well, so he knows the ropes, right?
Someone got it. Who got it?
Wow.
No, JNK, shoot me a DM, so I don't have to search. Well, I can search you.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, we can totally. So
give out a Yoshi coin or a couple Yoshi coins.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna do that.
What's a Yoshi coin worth these days here?
I don't know. Like they're maybe like, I'm guessing somewhere between like $5 and $10, like, which is pretty good. Like
$10 per Yoshi coin.
Like, I think it's probably $5 now, but like it was.
Yeah, someone bought it for $5, not know. I mean, someone might have bought it for $10, not knowing what they were doing.
Like, let me see if I can find out.
There's a million. There's like a million of them, right?
Yeah, there was a million of them on purpose.
Yeah.
Like it was intentional, right? And so like basically,
but who is spending $10?
Well, yeah. So I think there's that graph on Atomic Hub that shows you
someone. Yeah, there's always someone who will do it, but who is that person, and why? And why?
So the fair market value,
$3 each, 30 wax each. That's still really good.
Yeah, I gotta get my black membership.
Like it's like Andrew told us, who's helping us with the
70 wax. The lowest price on the market right now for a Yoshi coin is 70 wax, which is about $7.
And what's wax at right now?
I don't know. It took a bit of a dip the other day.
Someone here said they sold one for 500 wax.
I just told you actually what it's worth in dollar value. It's worth $7.20 actually. So I don't know what.
Someone here though sold one for 500 wax.
Right. Yeah. Like, and that was probably when wax was like. That was probably when wax was higher price than it was now.
So like someone Andrew who helps us with the set design on the pack drop, he was telling us that if you don't maybe I said this morning, I can't even remember, but if you don't like say what you're going to drop, like if you just say, hey, you might want to have these things because we're going to do something amazing with them, everyone goes out and rushes to get them. But like, let's say you say, okay, on this date, we're going to drop this to these coins. Everyone will wait for that date to get them. So as long as you just like kind of leave it to like, you don't say what you're going to drop, right? You just say it's going to be something. It's going to be awesome. Everyone's going to rush and buy coins.
I have no idea what you're talking about because we don't hype shit over in our area. We do nothing.
Yeah, but when you pushed out the Yoshi coins, people didn't know what they were going to get for them. They still don't really. They know they're going to get, but that's what drives people to buy them. It's like similar to Cardano, right? You're not. People aren't.
Except for the fact that we're going to deliver and Cardano may never.
Right. But that's why people. people aren't buying it because they know you're going to deliver that. I mean, they trust you. The same way they probably trust Cardano, but they're just buying Cardano. I mean, when I got into crypto, this is 2015. So maybe like late 2016, I started hearing about Cardano. And then maybe 2017, their token went live or their blockchain went live, whatever. It's been 5 fucking years and they still, I don't know if they've launched smart contracts yet, right? What has been going on for 5 years, Jimmy? What has been going on?
I don't have any serious issues with Cardano, and like I kind of hope that they do well. But I'm kind of annoyed right now about Cardano as well, because there was a press release the other day. I forget where it was, but like one of those other crypto news articles. And they were talking about like, carbon neutrality and blockchain. And like Cardano was one of them that was on the list. And I'm like, where is Wax? Like, that's really annoying, right?
No, like Cardano has not, I don't think they've launched smart contracts. I heard of Cardano when I first got into crypto. You know how much has happened over the last 5 years and they still haven't launched their fucking smart contracts? That's insane. That has some, like, I don't know what it has now, but it didn't have like a $40 billion valuation. And that's,
they were like really big in Japan.
That's all. Yeah, but that's all just people are buying the dreams and the promises and whatever. The hard part in crypto is when you actually deliver on something to actually get people to use it. That's what I think. Even making the tech, launching the chain isn't that hard, but actually getting people to care about it, that's the hardest part. So your best move in crypto is just the Cardano move, where you're just in the hype phase for 5 straight years and you never actually deliver on anything, Just don't deliver.
Taylor, have you ever bought a rainbow?
A rainbow? No.
Yeah. Because that's kind of what I feel like some of these projects is like. It's like buying a rainbow and then waking up in the morning and like wondering where it went, because the rain has stopped. Like I did that with a couple over in the Neo space.
Yeah, that's a good point by Los Lakers. Cardano is vaporware, so it must be carbon neutral. Fair
enough. Okay. Yeah.
It's true. Cardano, anyone who understands like delegated proof of stake and EOS, I don't know if you've looked at Cardano, how their governance works, but it's just convoluted EOS basically. And they go the long way to do something that EOS does pretty directly. It's just kind of annoying that people 40 billion or whatever it's worth and haven't even launched smart contracts. Meanwhile, you got Wax, right? Wax is killing it. A lot of people actually using it. And where is it ranked in market cap? Like 120, 140 something?
Yeah, I panic sold like a little bit of Link, like around the $10 mark. That's pretty hilarious still to this day, because I was like, oh, what this shit, right? But, yeah.
BNB carry through the last bear market. BNB carried me, and I remember it was like my first market cycle, and the market started turning. And I used to listen to this Carter Thomas podcast. And Carter said, like, he stopped doing podcasts during the bear market, but I liked his crypto podcast when things were pumping. But he said before, like one of his last podcasts, he's like, put your money into tokens that have utility. And BNB has utility, right? It's exchange token. So I put a lot of my crypto, I put it back into Bitcoin and I put it into BNB. And then BNB kind of carried me through the bear market. And then I remember a few months ago waking up and looking at my phone and seeing that BNB was $300. And I was like, what the fuck? I got this when it was like 50 cents back in the day.
Yeah, like when the crypto market went to crap,
I couldn't believe it.
I I went in like at $5, and then like I woke up one day and like you said, it's like $300, $400, $500. And it's just like, Jesus, like I bought a few, like that was dumb. I should have like went all in.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I bought it. When I first went to buy EOS during ICO, my buddy who was into crypto, shout out to Scott. He was like, use this exchange Binance. And he's like, buy some BNB because it gets you 50% off your trades. I was such a new back then. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to do a lot of trading, like I'm going to be a day trader. And I went out and bought a bunch of BNB thinking that I was going to use it, or I was doing like that much volume that I was actually going to use up the BNB. And of course, I did a bunch of trades, whatever. It was a bull market, so I felt like a genius. But I used like 1/100th of the BNB I had bought, right? With all the trades I did. It was nothing. And then I kind of like stepped back from trading because let's be honest, I sucked at it. But I had all the BNB there just left over. I just wrote it out.
I mean, if we ever do a BNB focused episode, can we just change the name of it to used up the BNB? Like I think
used up the BNB.
So Taylor, like beyond EOS.io, let's ask you two questions. Beyond like EOS as a mainnet, and I'm assuming I know the answer to this, but also like beyond EOS.io, what are your cryptos of choice? What are your blockchains of preference?
Yeah, I've got a bit on BNB, obviously, a bit in VeChain. I've got a bit in Ethereum, but I don't think it's not like a long-term thing for me. I don't feel.
Mm.
I got to stack up some more EOS though. That's the plan.
Yeah, I've played around with Solana a little bit. I kind of like what they're doing. And Polkadot, like I have a bit, but I don't know. Like it's kind of like I think it'll do okay, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's just going to be like another EOS in a way, right? Like everyone's like piling into it and saying, "Oh, this is going to be the next thing. It's going to blow it away." But I think in the end, you're going to end up with like the Polkadots and the EOS and all these other chains that are kind of like going to be. It's going to be a long competition, and I don't think any of them are going to die anytime soon. But I think like in the end, the majority of them will do something as well. Go ahead. You're biting at the ground there, Sean.
I still don't over like a 3-year time span. I still haven't seen anything really outperform Bitcoin. Like I don't know, I still think Bitcoin's king. I hold other coins, but when I look back throughout the years, nothing has really outperformed Bitcoin by miles. It does, like in the short term, things do, but I don't know. I would be heavy Bitcoin until something happens, right? You got a fucking country using it now. That's why I think this isn't a bear market, or we haven't entered a bear market. Technically we may have, but I just don't think. I think the fundamentals are too good right now. Like, don't you? This feels so different than 2017, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like the smartest thing I ever did was stop buying anything other than Bitcoin. Right?
Yeah.
Like, when we got to the bear market, like I still like to support these other projects. I still think there's a future for them. But if you're, in my opinion, not financial advice, but if you're not top heavy Bitcoin, there's something wrong. Like I tend to agree with Justin Casey as well. He said you might want to reconsider making Ethereum a long-term thing. Like I probably won't stack a shit ton of Ethereum ever in my life, but like I probably won't ever like sell it all because like I don't see. I'm with him. I don't see it going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right, like Ethereum is like the QWERTY keyboards of crypto, right? It's not the most efficient, it's not the best, but like people have adopted it, and that's what people are going to use for their smart contracts. And we've seen it in the EOS space. We've seen like how difficult it is to like breach that market, right? And there's a lot of haters out there in the world with EOS, right? But like we will get there, but it's going to take a while, right? It's not going to.
I mean. Right now, it's still like it's still all speculation. I don't think crypto has, like, the dust has settled and crypto has entered a space where it's like actually like being adopted. I mean, it's being adopted by some, but not by the masses. It's still all just like a big speculative circle jerk. The whole space is, right? You know, Bitcoin's going to be there. Ethereum's probably going to be there too long term. And typically being in Bitcoin, Ethereum will outperform any, you know, traditional stock, whatever, over a few years. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to the day when crypto is actually like tapped into our infrastructure, everything. I don't know how long that's going to take, but it's definitely coming, right? Like, when does crypto become a part of everyone, or not? I'll just say blockchain become a part of everyone's daily life. I guess crypto too. How many years do you think we are, Jimmy D?
Well, see, this is what we were talking about yesterday on a different stream, and I think the gateway, as you like to say, the gateway drug to crypto is NFTs, right? Like that's the thing that's going to matter, right? Like, and I think that's kind of what we're showing with YoshiDrops as well. Like with these membership cards, like there is no reason to do anything with coupons anymore. There is no reason to be like doing all of this stuff in a traditional way when you can have an NFT in your wallet that can track things, that can be tracked, that can send things, like acting as a membership. Like you guys did a really good job with the Cryptowriter memberships, right? And people get Finneys every once in a while, they get coins every once in a while. Like that's beautiful, and you don't even have to pay attention to it, right? It's not like these email subscription services that are always spamming you, right? Like you can just go into your account one day and you can see all the Finney goodness that's been dropped into your account, right? And because you purchase that membership, right? Like that's like, and it does something else, right? There's no renewal, like in general terms, right? Like you don't have to renew it. I guess you could set it up so that you did renew it, like Anders does that with his slices.
What does he do? What does he do?
So they're only active for a month, and then you know they become defunct. But then he releases a new one. He's basically patronized.
Yeah.
Patreonized. You know what he does with this channel, and it's brilliant in a way, right? Like,
well,
why not buy a membership and then have something cool when the membership is over in return, right? Like it kind of makes sense to me.
A slightly different conversation, but we've discussed every year making people renew their membership, because there's probably people out there, and I mean, in part, our mistake early on, we wanted to get those memberships out, right? Like anyone that showed interest in our community, we got them out. Our first drop of memberships was just to people Kenny and I reached out to that we knew in the EOS Wax community, people like you, Jimmy, and we just asked for your account and dropped it. But a lot of people still, like, of that initial however many we put out, I have a feeling like 30% of them don't pay any attention to it, right? And so those are 30 memberships that other people in our community that are more deserving should probably have. So we've discussed every year making them, you know, airdropping a new, or making them take an action, like we drop them a coin and they burn that to get the new membership, and then giving like 3 months before we stop airdropping to the old membership, right? And kind of phase it out. And people don't like that. Some people don't like that idea because they're like, membership is a lifetime of you know, NFTs. And I get that they don't want to have to worry about it. But
I mean, you didn't call it a lifetime membership. If we do it on the Yoshi,
we said they get a lifetime of.
We called it a lifetime membership. You guys called it a membership, and
we called it. We said it guarantees you a lifetime of NFTs, and we still want to give you NFTs. We feel like you should just I'm not going to say we. I should say I feel like you should just have to renew. We'll give you plenty of time to do it. You'll get to keep that NFT. You will airdrop every membership card holder coin that they just have to burn to get the new membership, and we'll start, you know, pushing out to that membership and getting more active community members in. if we don't do that, then we're going to have to somehow tier our memberships for like behind the pixel artists, people that come in where they only get specific drops. I mean, I think with the Yoshi coin, whatever whatever the membership is, you got a bunch of tiers, right? It's like 5 or 6 tiers. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if it were up to me, this is what I would do with your Cryptowriter memberships. I like that idea a lot. And what I would do is I would say, okay, you know, you're gonna have to, you know, create. I like that idea of creating an action, but it's like you send like 2 or 3 Finney coins every year to this contract, and we will issue you a new membership, right? And what I like about that is you guys are kind of giving away enough Finney coins to have the membership that it would essentially be of no cost. But that's the thing. If you don't create that action, then you would stop getting them. And I understand why people would be upset about it. But like, I'm a big fan of like keeping your community of people that are engagers, right? Like I like the people who are engaged. I like the people who are being active. Like, and I'm bad at this in some projects myself, but like, I think that's important, right? And I think that's where we need to get, rather than just like a bunch of people sitting on the sidelines collecting things and then waiting until the price goes up, and then dumping them on the market, right? Like I would much rather see like the people who are engaged as the long-term hodlers that are able to sell a Finney coin or are able to sell a Finney on the open market because they need something, as opposed to people just like, you know, dumping on the market because it's a project that they got a bunch of free shit and they didn't care about, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And we have people in our community, like in the Telegram group, that they're going to get a membership. They should know who they are. But it's better for us to take our time and make people work a little harder for them, because what happened off the bat is you had people that just like came into the group and they're like, hey, and they were a good active member for a couple of weeks until they got the membership, and then they just like you never see them again. They sell every NFT they have, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and you hope that they sell the membership to someone else who actually wants it. But when we take our time, like now, you can kind of weed those people out, right? Like if someone's gonna put in a month and a half of work, like they're not going anywhere. What, Taylor?
My opinion.
Let's see what the young buck has to say.
I think it ties in very well to renew the memberships, to keep everybody active. I think it just makes sense, obviously. It definitely seems that people have popped in to get their membership and then potentially disappeared. So I think it will make a lot of sense. But whether you do that through, I don't know, sending the coins out or having people contact you to renew them, that will be interesting. I don't know. I don't know about sending the coins in. Not that was your intention, but I don't know about sending the coins in to like redistribute them, same as Yoshi coins. Is that what Jimmy was saying?
Jimmy, Yoshi coins, you send the coins back to get the membership, and then they continue to grow their community through the redistribution of the coins. Right, Jimmy? Okay, he just wants us to keep going here. He's what do you think? What do you think?
I had the double meat thing on there. So we dropped 1 million. We dropped 1 million coins to the community.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of that,
spammers.
Right. And the whole purpose of that actually was what we wanted to do was we wanted to come up with this idea where we could incentivize active community users, right? And so then like with our project or with affiliate projects, what we've done now is we've created these memberships, these tiered memberships, whereby like we'll be able to drop different music videos or different digital vinyls that are coming out of the Yoshi ecosystem to those memberships, right? And so like if you have a clear one, then you'll get like the clear, right? If you have a black one, then you'll get the black. And it's a way for us to like do promotions, but it's also a way for us to reward people, right? And so like we're not going to give everything away for free, obviously, but like there's a certain number of promo things that like by holding this membership you'll get, right? Like there's a band that we're signing that's probably next week we're going to release, and they're a pretty big deal. Like they're like potentially one of the next big things, right? Like they're like one of their biggest fans is actually Lenny Kravitz, right? They're not at the Lenny Kravitz level, but like Lenny Kravitz likes this band, right? And so like we're gonna do this, and like everyone who has the membership is probably gonna get like a little gift in their account, which is good for the people who have the memberships, but it's also good for the bands because they get exposure now to that as well, right? And like people are kind of complaining about this in the crypto space, but if you look at it, like this is kind of in a way like the next model, right? Like what happens when Finney starts getting like Nike as a sponsor, right? Like what happens when Finney starts showing up with like the check mark on his chest, right? Like and all of a sudden, like you're dropping the next Air Jordan shoes onto Finney as like a promo campaign, and everyone who has like a Cryptowriter membership gets this dropped into their account, right? I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but that presents a really clear possibility, right? Like that presents like when you have these membership cards, it's going to allow you to do things that we haven't even thought about yet, right? Like what happens when you have a membership card and you walk into a supermarket and like that membership card in your wallet automatically gets you like 20% off of the fruit of the day or the meat of the week, right? I don't know if there's a fruit of the day or a meat of the week at a supermarket, but if you are a supermarket owner, you should probably implement that because that just sounds awesome. Imagine that, right? Like you're at the counter and you're just like, oh, here's my a super bucks membership NFT card. What does that get you? And it's like, oh, you get like 20% off the fruit of the day or like 30% off the meat of the week. Like how cool does that sound, right? Like we have all of these abilities to be able to incentivize people for the first time in history with these memberships. And like there's some really groundbreaking things that are happening, right? Like Cryptowriter's doing it, like we're doing it over on the Uplift side. Like Anders is doing it with his channel. I mean, Ken Bozak is doing it. We have all these people, especially in and around the wax space, that are looking at this and like, I mean, it's even becoming a thing with like sorry, I lost my train of thought there. It's even becoming a thing with like.
Jimmy, you've said that you sound like a broken record right now. You've said the same thing 5 times in a row.
But people like if people are getting it, that's great. If they're not, then that's okay too. Right?
To be honest with you, Jimmy, I blanked out. I have no idea what you just said. I'm sorry for being mean. I was just fucking with you.
No, it's okay.
I honestly, I went. This is a lot. I had a beer, okay, and then I had a it was like a Ballent bourbon and ginger ale, and probably like this high with the bourbon, but there was ice there, so I really don't know how much was in there. And this is all on a Thursday night. I'm getting old. I don't have the tolerance I used to. And then the French inhaling.
Yeah, so I'm okay actually, because like it's morning time for me, and I might actually be on the ball for once instead of me being the one that doesn't really know what's going on. So I'm kind of okay with that. But yeah, like, I think it's like a really interesting dilemma, right, that we face, right? Like, do we keep, like, because, Zubid, whoever, like, you have a really good point, right? Like, you're kind of punishing the people who got in early. Like, yeah, fair enough. I mean, in a way, that's fair enough, right? But, like, I guess that's something that all projects are going to have to come to on their own terms, right? And I do get the fact, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting for sure. See what happens. I'm not going to put the comment on the screen, but Emiliano has a really good use case for memberships.
What?
Yeah.
Strip club?
Yeah, it might be a little bit more risque than that.
Swinger club?
Yeah. He says,
Jimmy's been. You can tell Jimmy's been to a swingers club.
Yeah, he says if somebody comes to my house and shows a membership card, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's better than the supermarket incentive.
Yeah, no, membership cards are great. Like someone set up here, they confirm that you can go to Miami Strip Club and use the membership card. Yeah, it's true. We've really branched out. The membership card can get you access all over the world. We're working on Japan. Jimmy's working on Japan, but they have some stringent laws there, so it's making things difficult. But Jimmy's gonna work his magic. He's gonna get us in, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm sorry. I got too many mute buttons here. Yeah, sorry. You lost me. I wasn't paying attention this time. So.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
He's got us loaded. With you.
I don't know. Like maybe we should take a survey. Like I don't know what's better, Jimmy on caffeine or Jimmy on.
I like you later at night, Jimmy. Honestly.
I mean, it might just like my mind.
Because this is our best podcast is when I have a drink during the day when I'm more alert. I'm going to be honest. It's 10:45 here. I usually fall asleep around 11. But I get tired at like I'm in bed. We put the kids down by 8:30. I'm in bed. I watch one show, 8:30 to 9:30 with the wife. She passes out, and then I dick around on my phone for the next hour and a half. But I'm usually in bed right now. And instead of being in bed, I'm out here. I'm sweating. There's bugs. Oh, crazy thing happened. Update on the bug zapper. So I didn't tell you this, but I looked over at the bug zapper, which is sitting unplugged next to me. And there's like probably, if I had to estimate, like 800 ants, 800 little black ants. And they had already climbed over into the bug zapper and had started pulling out the remaining termites and were carrying them like on their back to the wall. And that all happened probably within like 10 minutes of after I showed you the thing and put it down. They were already doing it. Fascinating, right?
Yeah, right. I like it. It's funny because I was thinking about apparently you're 89 and that's what they've decided.
89.
Right.
But 89 is like the new 50.
Right. it's weird, right? Like, because I have noticed this. Like, there's a lot of like older people in crypto that like go to bed at like 10 and wake up at like 4.
Yeah,
right?
because their brains are fucking been all cryptoed out all day long, and they've been on a screen typing shit and like surfing the internet, and like it's intense. I don't like I gotta do something in the morning. Like I don't like that when I wake up, the first thing I do is go through Telegram. Like that can wait. That could wait like an hour and a half probably. So that's something I need to work on, because I don't know why. It's just a addiction, I guess, but that's what I do. I wake up and I grab the phone and I'm like, fuck, what's going on? And now these guys are so active. There's like always 550 messages to scroll through. I get through them in like 2 minutes. But yeah, I got to cut that out. It's too much.
Right.
Yeah,
and then you keep tagging me and like, I have to read through them all. I'm like, why? I don't even know what you're tagging me. What am I reading?
Jimmy. Yeah. Everyone here, if Jimmy hasn't been around in a while, just randomly tag him somewhere in the chat. So he has to go through and read everything. And you can even better put like sort of ambiguous like little sentences that make him like, I wonder what they were saying. And he has to scroll back through the chat and figure it out. But then he realizes after like 10 minutes that they're just fucking with him.
Right. Yeah.
Do it.
So Taylor, sorry, you were going to say one last thing. We'll probably wrap it up, I think, quite soon because it's about that time.
I don't know if I was going to say anything. I was agreeing that I'm up late on the screens, and it's a bit much. You wake up to 1,000 messages in the Telegram chat, but it's
Do
all
you
right.
read? Do you read everyone?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
I reckon
sometimes
like
I do
80% of the
too.
time. Yeah, 80% of the time I just skip it all.
Half the messages for me, at least in the morning, are just about what happened in poker, in Finney coin poker.
Yeah,
Something
memes.
Marucci, shout out to Marucci out there. Marucci was everyone says he's playing everyone. He's always acting like he's just like some innocent dude, and then he's wrecking everyone in poker. So yeah, we're
Good
on to
on
you. We're on to you, Marucci. Jimmy has no idea what we're talking about. Jimmy has no idea what. So look, here's the problem. Jimmy says let's wrap it up, but he hasn't started getting sentimental with everyone yet. And usually what I've Jimmy, what I've learned is that when Jimmy starts getting sentimental, when he's like, "Oh, Taylor, it's so nice. I'm really honored for you to be here, etc." That's when there's still 20 minutes left in the podcast.
Okay,
so Jimmy, you're gonna have to say something nice about me.
I was just about to say, like, it's really nice to have Taylor on the screen.
Yes.
But then, like, you cut me off. But yeah, I was gonna say it. Like, we should.
Oh wait, we got to do gratitudes. Let's just end on gratitudes. Can you throw gratitude on Sean Shed? Oh, I think we can. We can like carve this with a knife. No, I have something.
Yeah, so that's
I don't know. Can I? I'll just carve it in my desk. Hold on. Let me find it.
He's sitting in his shed carving things out with a knife, right? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Morton MD, like he's going to carve his gratitude out on his desk with a knife after he's been drinking. This is potentially like the worst idea ever.
Where it's not my desk, it's a workbench.
I know, but you've been drinking and now you're gonna start carving things by like
no red Sharpie. Okay. No, I have a buddy, Jim Piggott. His name is Jim Piggott, Jiminy Piggott, and Jim Piggott came over because I have like a miter saw right here. This thing.
Yep.
There's like that saw right there. It's sort of angled, whatever. But he had to come over and cut some boards. So he came over and we come out here and he had this like these floorboards, whatever, that he had to cut because he's redoing his bathroom. And he's like, he came over first before he even said hi. He comes in the shed and he's like, "Hey, you got a beer or something?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I got a beer." So I went and got him a beer. I got a beer for myself, but he needed a pencil to mark the boards, right? So I gave him a pencil. So I want to write in pencil, even though I'm not going to erase it. I just prefer it over red Sharpie. But Jim Piggott probably stuck the pencil in his pocket and took off with it. So we're going to use red Sharpie. So Taylor,
tune in next week for drunken shed talk with Sean Ballent.
It's Ballent. Taylor, what are you thankful for or grateful for?
I'm grateful that you guys invited me here.
Okay.
So thank you. Appreciate that. How deep are we getting on these things?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right.
Okay, Jimmy?
I'm grateful for Sean and Taylor in the evening.
Okay.
Although it's Taylor's morning, but he's young, so he doesn't sleep. So it's kind of like evening.
It's 1 o'clock now. It's evening.
It always blows my mind. I still don't see how it's possible that like it always messes me up. For some reason, I always feel like it should be earlier in Japan than Australia, and it's not.
Okay, I'm grateful for Mother Nature.
That's a good one. I like it. I mean, as he
Well,
killed
it just started raining right as I said I was grateful, and I was thinking about the ants, how the bug zapper zapped the bugs, and then the ants came and carried out the bugs. So yeah, I'm grateful for Mother Nature. Can you hear the rain on the microphone?
No. Oh, maybe
Maybe a little.
Yeah,
I turned up the gain.
I really like I like this. I used to watch myself back when I had time to like see how the cast were doing. But you remind me of me. I like this as well. I think we need to take a photo of this, and we need to put it up somewhere in Finney in Fin City. I think we need to take a photo of this and put it up somewhere in Fin City. That would be really cool, I think.
You know, we're not putting that up in Fin City.
let's get someone to build a shed, and we'll put it up in the shed on the desk, right?
Maybe we can all, like, when I redo my when I finish my shed here, we'll play Uplift World in Shift City in the shed, but I'm not going to take a picture of my workbench and put it up in Shift City. Jimmy, I mean, no one wants to see that. And then on top of that, I got to pay 100,000 Upliftium to do that. 100,000.
Well, I mean, I might just pay that.
Okay, if you cover it, we'll do it. If you cover it, we'll do it.
Yeah, because I just think that would be really cool to have. I like the idea of putting. I like the idea of somehow tokenizing or somehow NFTizing like real world goods in the virtual world, and I think that's where we need to be. And this could be iconic, right? Like that workbench. Somebody's gonna find it someday, and they're gonna be like, "I remember the first episode."
No, they're not.
Ones that like they invited the young buck. Like
Jimmy, they're not. They're not. Well, chances are they're gonna have to be searching through the dump to find it, because we're gonna take this workbench out so we can put accordion doors right. Doing this whole shed. I don't know how many times I have to explain you. Like, it's going to be nice. It's going to be
get rid of the gratitudes. Now you're stuck with that desk forever. Like,
it's going to be nice in here, but the shed is pretty, the shed's actually pretty dope. So right. I told you I used to rebuild build bicycles basically, or like refurbish cool bicycles. So there are my bicycles. There's a scarecrow back there. But yeah, but I'm trying to figure out a way I can keep the bicycles when we redo the shed. I still want to have them in here somehow, but they do take up a lot of space. So I haven't quite figured it out.
Yeah, I guess like brace yourself, because you're getting a guest. Somebody's
yeah, no, okay.
Somebody's coming from Jersey to pick up.
I've even been like trying to tell Jen I want to build a Murphy bed like into the wall, like so the wall's flush and has like shelves or whatever, and then you could actually pull down the Murphy bed, because it's going to be air conditioned. It's going to have a sink. It's not going to have a toilet, but we're going to make it like it's going to be dope. It's going to have fucking TVs and shit. It's going to be modular, so you can pull out the wall thing and turn it into a bar, because I got a cheeky hut on the other side, like a deck right on the other side, and you can like walk down into this. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. But this is going like this. We're probably not. Well, maybe I could cut out the gratitude and like tack it to the wall or something, maybe something like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, right? Like we can go like all like graffiti kings on this. We can take a photo of it, we can put it up in the Uplift, and then you can burn that, and then you can burn that desk down to the ground, right? Like I think that it'll live on ad infinitum to you know in it's perfect. Like it's the obscure
Ooh,
notion.
we
right?
were told tea and guitar. Oh, they want me to do a kick flip, or I don't have a skateboard in here. I couldn't look. I could not do a kick flip right now. I could probably ollie a skateboard on the bike. I don't know what tricks I could do on my son's bike. He's got pegs, so I could do a little street style on that, but I could probably do track stand on the track bike.
So
But outside of that,
I think Taylor's going to agree with me on this one, and I think we need to do this once a month, right? Like I get it. I know that you're getting old. I know that you're in the shed. It's hot. I know that you're fending off these dino bugs. I know that you're like ecstatic, but like once a month, I think we need to have Sean in this element where Sean is just off on his tangents, doing trick flips, like cycling around the outside of the garage, preferably with no hands, like balancing like a beach ball on his nose and playing the guitar. This is, I think, what the audience is paying to see.
Yeah, maybe I could give them a tour of different drawers in the shed where I store my tools.
Right, drunk shed, hot Sean.
Oh, I'll tell you, my son Ford's 5 years old, and Ford knows every tool. He knows every tool. That's like I just felt like he needs to know that all the tools. He's 5. I'm trying to get him to push the lawnmower, like just to like get low and push it. It's heavy for him, but he's starting to get the wheels rolling. But yeah, I pretty much got all the tools out here, and maybe we could do some wood shop.
Make sure that when he flips the lawnmower, that the first thing you do when he comes to you is you say, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yeah.
I think we need a live DJ
Good memory
set from you, Sean. I would like to see that.
Hey, we actually, that'd be interesting if we did
do a Yoshi Coin collab.
No, if we did the show, right? But we took like an intermission, and I just played like 20 minutes. I spun for 20 minutes, and then we just came back.
I like that. Let's pin that in.
Bro, you ever go? I mean, I haven't used it for probably not really for like a few weeks, but have you ever gone on Reddit on the main feed? And they'll have someone like DJing or some little kid playing guitar. It's like a live stream. Have you ever seen that?
Never seen that.
Okay, so on Reddit, like if you went on Reddit right now and went on the main feed, there's always some guy that DJs, and he shows up in like the trending thing, but they do live streams on Reddit. So there's some guy DJing, and then I've seen it before. There's it's usually like people playing instruments or people just doing random shit.
Oh yeah, here we go.
It's like live streams that go viral, right? But yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's not something you're gonna listen to, but it's kind of cool. Sometimes they have like weird bands and shit that are playing. You tune in and you listen for a few minutes. But we could get something like that going here. We could set up the turntables, and we could do like a 15. I don't know, Jimmy, can you b-boy?
No, I'm not very good with that kind of stuff.
No, what about you? How's your freestyle game, Hollywood?
I'll give it a go, man. I can't make any promises, but I won't say no.
We'll get Kenny's premiere. Kenny's podcast premiere. Yeah, I bet he does too. Kenny's podcast premiere. He's gonna come on and rap, but play awesome.
Emerge from the smoke, and yeah, wouldn't that be an entrance?
Oh yeah, I like it. We'll get a fog machine in here, and Kenny will come out, and I'll be spinning, and he'll be like I don't know. He'll do his little b-boy thing, and then he'll do a little break dance. And then he'll go back. He'll be with his crew, B-Dub. Who else? Who else is in his crew, Taylor? You're probably in his crew. Oh, Reese, Reese and B-Dub. And they'll be like, boom, and they'll pause like that. I I could see it happening. We set that up.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, before Jimmy says anything, you're working the merch, right? We had one complaint. Taylor's been good. He's been like working with the merch and like trying to get the thing running efficiently. But there was someone in San Francisco, I forget who it was, probably Los Lakers, who had a like $50 or $60 delivery fee. Did we ever get that sorted?
No, that's on my list today, but I got distracted. But yeah, I think it's that flat rate.
You got to learn a multi. Hey, you're in Taylor. You're in crypto. You got to learn to multitask. You can't just do one thing at a time. This is crypto, man. You got to step your shit up. People are out there trying to buy merch. They're paying like $60 delivery fees. They at least got to get a free NFT with that, right?
Maybe.
Something.
Maybe we're working on that.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Kenny. I mean, I called Jimmy Kenny. That was weird. That got weird.
Wait, how many beers have you had?
No, I've had one beer and I've had a Bulliet bourbon and ginger ale, and I don't know. There was ice in there. It's hard to know how much bourbon I poured in. I don't know. I feel pretty sharp though. This is kind of like my weekend norm.
Right. Like it's kind of fun to be on the stream and just like not care about like whether you might run 24 hours or not. Right. Like when you're in that state of mind, like it's always a possibility. Right.
24.
I have to prepare for the next one. Get
Let's
some
do
beers
it.
going.
Let's do it. 24 hours. This is like, we definitely do need the little me spinning Z German techno intermission, right? Wouldn't that be good? Jimmy could go take a piss. You could go figure out that merch thing. We come back. I did. We had a party not too long ago where I got back on the decks. I hadn't touched them for probably like almost 2 years. And actually, to be honest, before the party, like the day before, I wanted to get a feel for it again because I hadn't done it for a while. So I set it up in here, like right where this computer is with my 2 studio monitors, and had a little like 20-minute sesh, and then we did the party. It's a lot of fun. I miss doing that shit.
Yeah, I wanna pencil that in. Let's do it. It doesn't have to be next week, but I think that's a cool idea. Let's do less than 45 minutes, and then we'll do like a set, and then we'll come back and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can. It's not that bad, and I can set it up. It takes a little bit of effort.
From the shed. This would be great.
It takes a little bit of effort, right? Because I need my mixer, I need my like studio monitors, and then I plug it into the input on the computer. Like,
I mean, if you want to do it in the morning, we can do it my nighttime, and you can do it from your house. Like that's okay too.
Yeah, no, it'll be great. We'll do it. It'll be something. We'll sell tickets.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if you wanna watch the stream, you have to send us all a Finney coin, because like we'll know.
No, I don't want a Finney coin.
We'll ban you on the YouTube watching side if you don't send us all a Finney coin.
Oh, they're mad. I'm not. People get weirded out that I'm not like my avatar, like the hippie. Jimmy's the hippie.
Yeah, that's true. It's not. It's very true on pretty much every level.
I think we should definitely try and get a Yoshi drop happening of Sean's music. I think that'd be cool.
Time out.
Has Jimmy? Sure there might be one in the works.
Has Jimmy?
I'm going to be upset.
Has Jimmy? Yeah, but I don't. I never produced music.
I know you're too humble, and you're too.
I just DJ'd like house music, techno for, I don't know, like from 19 to like 26. But I never produce music. Like I never produced techno, but I can fucking spin it.
I know. Like, see, I don't know what the copyrights around that are, but I'm imagining like it's probably okay.
Okay. Well, like, look, there's so much techno music out there. No one, I mean, I guess you could Shazam stuff, but there's still stuff that's pretty underground that you wouldn't, I don't even know if it'd show up on Shazam. Maybe it would. I'd have to test some of those things out, but I could just say I this was my jam back in
Shazam,
2008.
I forgot about that. Shazam was great. That was a great app. Whoever came up with that, that's my second favorite app.
It's still a great app.
My other one is when you take a picture of a leaf out in the wild and it shows you what plant it's from. Those are my two.
Ooh, that's pretty. What's that app called? Because I always go to Reddit, like, what's this plant? There's like a what's this plant subreddit, and
It's green.
No, you just take a picture and you post it, and someone is like, "Oh, that's whatever," and they give you like the scientific name, whatever.
I don't know. Mine's in Japanese, and so I don't know what the. But there, you can Google it. You can search it, like, and you can get that. And so it's really quite good.
My guitar. I don't know why you guys want to hear me play guitar. I don't know. That's weird. I don't play guitar to dudes.
Yeah, we'll pin
it. I can look. I can play guitar pretty well. I played for a while. I don't have a voice though, like Corey.
It's funny because when you hear Corey talk, he says he doesn't have a voice like him.
No, so, Corey, you can tell Corey.
But he's got a good voice.
Corey is the voice. Yeah, he's the voice. He should talk more. I don't know why you talk so much, Jimmy. Let Corey do the talking.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Like I'm like the sidekick, basically.
Corey he's the color guy too, right? Everyone just lets you be the play-by-play.
Yeah, I don't know how that works out.
Did you know? But what's interesting is you do the play-by-play, but you're kind of the color guy too at the same time. What do you think, Taylor? Is Jimmy the play-by-play or more of a color guy?
I'll disagree with you because we're not on the same page. I haven't seen any of Corey's stuff yet, to be honest with you.
Do you watch any sports? Like, what do you guys watch there? Rugby?
Not really, man. I don't really follow sports. To be honest with you.
Well, good for you. I guess it's good. I guess if I lived in Australia, I probably wouldn't follow sports either. Because I don't know. I guess is rugby the biggest sport there?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, ちょっとだけ日本語喋るけど、めっちゃ上手じゃない。私の日本語はなんか professional じゃないですよ。
What?
So yeah, for all of those people who thought that I was doubting, that actually does make sense. But yeah, like I can speak Japanese, I just can't really read and write.
Do you go to do they do samurai shit? Or not samurai shit is
Yeah, it's part of the Japanese education language program. Stand in room, raise samurai sword above the head, and yell.
What really is how big? How big is ping pong there?
I mean, it's the same size as what it is everywhere. Ping pong is universal.
I'm talking about how big is the sport. You know what I'm saying, Jimmy. Isn't ping pong like a pretty popular world sport? Someone told me that. Like,
yeah,
if you
never want to see like some crazy ping pong, you have to like Google this girl. Her name's I, and like Google like I table tennis Olympics. Like she sounds like a wild beast. Like she's throwing everything she has.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like she's like throwing everything she has into it.
Yeah. Wow. I'll have to check that out.
I have no idea what pickleball is.
Oh. Pickleball, Morton. So my parents have a pickleball court in their backyard, and I came kind of from a tennis background, but pickleball is like combine like ping pong, but you're playing on like a small like tennis court, and you're playing with a paddle and a hard wiffle ball that's about baseball size, and it's pickleball, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely growing. I know it's big in California. I have an aunt, one of my aunts, she's like 80 something years old, and she's still playing pickleball, or she's like 70 something, and she's fucking like a pickleball fanatic. But I've played, and my brother and I battle it out sometimes on Sunday, and it's a great sport. They probably don't have that in Japan. It probably hasn't. Has it hit Australia yet?
I mean, yeah, they definitely don't have it in Japan.
Shuffleboard.
I've never heard of pickleball in my life.
But apparently B-Dub says that they have it at every primary school in Oz. So
okay,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm out of the loop with sport, I guess. So no surprise.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sports can be stressful. Like playoffs. If your team's in the playoffs, that shit's stressful. It's not. It doesn't feel like you look forward to games, but then you're like, oh God, I got to go through another stressful experience.
So I don't have that experience at all because I'm a Leafs fan and a Jets fan. So there is never any playoff.
Oh, Jets. Adam Gase. Anyways, I'm going to go to bed, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Just make sure that you make it inside to go to bed, because if you don't, like, you'll wake up in the morning, like you'll have holes in your clothing from the termites because like you're a hippie and like they're made out of wood, and you'll have like bites all over you because of the mosquitoes.
I'm sure I'll survive. I'm sure I'll survive.
My one of my best mates, he called me one morning after like we had been sitting outside drinking at the convenience store, and he called me one morning and he's just like, man, I feel rough. And I'm like, well, you did drink a lot. He's like, no, that's not the problem. He's like, I got back to my house and for some reason I couldn't get my door unlocked. And my wife woke me up this morning. I was curled up in the fetal position on the street, right? Like sleeping outside, and like the mosquitoes just ate him alive. So yeah, be safe. I
have never in my life been that guy. To be like, honestly, I have never. I'm typically the most like under control drunk out there. I have buddies on the other hand that are not like, they're the exact opposite. They would be that guy like passed out in the barbecues, dripping grease on their face. But I'm not that guy.
Right. I mean, yeah, because like sleeping under a barbecue is a really good idea. It's a great idea. I don't get that crazy. We don't know where we're going to be or what time. Well, we know where we're going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to be on these channels, but we don't know when yet. But like, we'll keep you posted. Early next week, we'll find a time, a day. You know, Taylor might join us sometimes. Some other people might join us sometimes. But I'm liking where this goes. Like, we're gonna flip up the times a little bit. We're gonna do random different things because it's Obscurity and back again. And
we'll do a DJ set too.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. So thank you all for joining us. As always, and coming and hang out with us. That's fun. I'm going to go make some lunch, which is weird, you know, for me, getting off the line with you. But yeah, take care, everyone. And final words. Word us out there, Taylor or Sean.
You always want to drink a glass of water to every 2 bourbons, to every bourbon double.